What if I told you that humans once possessed knowledge so advanced that losing it may have delayed civilization by centuries? Not because of a war, not because of a disaster, but because of a library. Today, we are uncovering the true story of the Library of Alexandria, the greatest center of knowledge the world has ever seen, and how its destruction became the biggest intellectual tragedy in human history. The story begins around 300 BCE in Egypt, during the reign of Ptolemy I Soter, one of Alexander the Great's most trusted generals. Inspired by Alexander's dream of uniting the world through knowledge, Ptolemy set out to build something revolutionary, a place to collect every single piece of human knowledge ever written. This wasn't just a dream, it was an obsession. Ships arriving at the bustling port of Alexandria were immediately searched. Any books found on board were confiscated and taken to the library. Scribes would then painstakingly copy the text, and while the copies were returned to the owners, the original scrolls were kept. The library didn't just store books, it hired the world's greatest thinkers, paid them handsome salaries, and gave them free housing and food. Their only job was to think, research, and expand the boundaries of human understanding. This wasn't just a library. It was the world's first true research university. So what exactly was inside this incredible institution? At its peak, the Library of Alexandria is believed to have held between 400,000 and 500,000 scrolls. Imagine walking through halls filled with the collective wisdom of the ancient world. These scrolls contained advanced mathematics, early astronomy with detailed star maps, and medical texts describing complex surgical techniques. They held detailed world maps, philosophy from the greatest minds, and groundbreaking theories on engineering and physics. It was here that scholars calculated the circumference of the Earth with shocking accuracy, coming within just a few percent of the correct value. They even proposed early ideas of heliocentrism, the theory that the Earth revolves around the Sun a full 1,800 years before Copernicus. Some historians even believe that blueprints for ancient machines, steam-powered devices, and even mechanical calculators were being studied within its walls. It was a golden age of discovery, all happening in one place. But if this library was so magnificent, what happened to it? Contrary to the popular myth, the Library of Alexandria didn't burn down in a single catastrophic night. The truth is far more tragic. Its demise was a slow, painful death by 1,000 cuts spread over centuries. The first major blow came in 48 BCE during Julius Caesar's civil war in Alexandria. A fire he set to destroy enemy ships accidentally spread to parts of the city, and it's believed that a portion of the library's collection was destroyed. But it survived. Over the following centuries, political instability and religious conflicts led to further destruction and purges. Thinkers were exiled, and scrolls containing unacceptable ideas were targeted. By the 4th century CE, much of its legendary knowledge had simply vanished. Whatever remained eventually disappeared through something far more mundane, but just as deadly: neglect and censorship. The real tragedy wasn't just fire, it was indifference. Knowledge stopped being copied. Scrolls were left to decay in damp storerooms. Ideas were silenced because they were inconvenient. The world simply stopped caring. So what did we actually lose? It's a question that haunts historians to this day. It's estimated that as much as 70% of all ancient literature and scientific knowledge may have been lost forever with the library's decline. We lost the original works of Aristotle and Plato, which we now only know through later, possibly altered, copies. We lost engineering designs that were centuries ahead of their time, forgotten histories of entire civilizations, and scientific discoveries that we may never rediscover. Think about that for a moment. Some scholars argue that if the knowledge of the Library of Alexandria had survived, humanity could have entered the industrial age 1,000 years earlier. We might have had steam engines in the Roman era or explored the globe with accurate maps centuries before we did. The loss wasn't just a collection of scrolls. It was a setback for our entire species. This brings us to today, and why this ancient story still matters so much. The fall of the Library of Alexandria teaches us a powerful and timeless lesson. Civilizations don't fall when their buildings collapse. They fall when their knowledge is destroyed. Today we live in a digital age. Our modern libraries aren't made of stone and papyrus. They are servers, clouds, and vast databases. The internet has given us access to more information than the scholars of Alexandria could have ever dreamed of. But it also raises a critical question. Are we protecting our knowledge? Or are we repeating the same mistakes of indifference and censorship? The story of the Library of Alexandria is a ghost that haunts our modern world. It's a solemn reminder that knowledge is humanity's greatest treasure and its most fragile one. If this story made you think, please like this video and subscribe to our channel for more deep dives into history. Share this story because, as we've learned, once knowledge is lost, it may never return. Thanks for watching.